Tom Holland says that Spider-Man 3 for the MCU is the most ambitious standalone superhero movie ever made. And the response to this clearly shows that some of you can't actually read or understand what he actually said. So yes, Tom Holland has started to make the rounds, interviews, quotes in regards to Spider-Man 3 and what comes next. Now previously, he's just straight up denied that this film is going to feature other Spider-Men, despite all the evidence on the contrary, so make of that what you will. Then he was asked about the size, scope, and scale of the film, and he said, and I quote, "It's the most ambitious standalone superhero movie ever made." And then the fandom decided to have a complete fit with this and outrage because they can't actually understand the quote or what he said. So let's break this down before we get into this. The most ambitious standalone superhero movie ever made. Okay, so now let me put a test to you guys, and you can reply in the comments with what you think a standalone superhero movie is, and I'll tell you that you're wrong because you're not thinking of it correctly. Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice is not a standalone film. Neither is Avengers. This isn't a giant multiverse build-up film with multiple franchises going into it and multiple Spider-Man appearing in it. It's not a giant blowout of a giant Spider-Man multiverse that's been built across 10 years or 5 years or 3 years like Avengers. It's a third Spider-Man film, the third film in the Spider-Man series that just so happens to be a multiverse film. Therefore, when other characters like Doctor Strange are in it or other Spider-Men, it still serves as a standalone film because that's how Marvel approaches everything and all of their products. You can still watch it as a standalone thing and it makes sense, but if you know the bigger picture, it works on a grandiose scale. This film is a standalone superhero movie, and it is going to be one of the most ambitious because it's still the third entry of this franchise. And I've seen people argue, well, Spider-Verse already exists. Yes, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, a CG animated film. If we're now using that, then technically it's already been done, and more ambitious than anything with Wreck-It Ralph using so many video game characters you literally had to pause scenes to count them all. So again, that's out of the question. He's approaching this as the third entry of a franchise that's going to new places. It is a standalone film that's super ambitious because it's going to collide all of these worlds. And also at a technical level, when you get down into it, it's even more ambitious because again, you're looking at so many different rights holders and contracts and things that had to fall into place to make this film a reality between Disney, Marvel Entertainment, Marvel Studios, Sony, Amy Pascal, Avi Arad, everybody involved with it. Just think of that. The ambition is through the roof because it is. And it's more than likely this ambitious because there's so many things that we don't even know that are actually in the film yet. For all we know, there could be a scene in this where Tom Holland's Spider-Man gets tossed into the multiverse and ends up as the live-action version of Spider-Man in like a deleted scene from the Spider-Verse cartoon. We have no idea. Again, can we at least wait till we, I don't know, have a trailer or even a poster? Or hell, here's one better for you. A name.